Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'll be sharing with you how to act as if without feeling fake. Now I did a video like 2 or 3 days ago on how powerful it can be to act as if in order to create what we want in our life. And what I'll do now is just kind of give a short synopsis of that video so that we understand the context. The idea behind it is that when we are acting as if, what we are doing is training our mind and training what is called our body consciousness for a certain level of being, and that as we begin to entrain ourselves in that way, what we then begin to do is eventually see the reflection in our life. The idea is that who we are being in the present moment is going to be and have a certain type of reflection back to us. And based upon who we've been in the past is what we are experiencing right now in this moment, and actually who we are being in this moment. And the reflection we get is a direct reflection of that. So what we can begin to do is understand that it's not so much about trying to attract something that's out there and bring it into here. It's more about how can we be who we prefer to be. And as we begin to embody that, eventually we will see the external reflection of it. So with this video and understanding the perspective of feeling fake, it's about knowing that we must first off change our self-image for the way that we see ourselves, but then also there's an ingrained belief inside of us that says that changing is a negative thing. And I even remember growing up, and anytime you have that group of friends, and if you do anything differently, it was like almost like a joke, but my friends, we would all say like, "Oh, you've changed, bro," or something like that. And that's kind of something people are afraid to do. They're afraid to change, but always remember that you must change in order to experience anything new. If we always remain doing the same things over and over, we get the same results. Now, the idea behind this is reframing what the situation is and reframing the self-image that we have, knowing that we must change part of what is called our personality, which creates our personal reality, in order to experience that difference. And that phrase, by the way, was from Dr. Joe Dispenza in one of his books. And what it's all about is understanding that our personality is a combination of how we think, how we feel, and how we act. When we change any of these three things, what we begin to change is our personality. And as we do that, we then will perceive of a new personal reality. Now, the idea behind this is that if we change how we think, so maybe the people that we're around, we change the television we're watching, and maybe we start to read more books, we start to do those little things, we'll find that that begins to change our thinking, and a lot of these will leak into the others as well. Emotions, we could change what certain things mean to us, understanding that our beliefs and the way we relate to those beliefs are what creates those emotions, either at subconscious or conscious levels. When we learn how to neutralize the negative emotions and to see it from that playing field, we begin to then transform our emotions and what things mean to us. The third point of how we are being, how we are acting. What habits do we have? As we begin to see the things we habitually do, we can then see what is congruent to who we prefer to be and what we prefer to let go of. So the power of this whole video is what perspective are you looking at you from? Because if you look at the version of you who is acting as if, you will look back at the current place, or the current way that you think, and you will see that now you are being incongruent to who you prefer to be. So it's not about judging ourselves, but it's about realizing that how can we change and be congruent to who we prefer to be, which is that acting as if. Could mean taking out those habitual things that don't serve us, so maybe getting up every day and watching television for the first hour. We begin to change that. We begin to go to the gym more, whatever it is. The emotions, we begin to reframe what things mean, and as we do that, we find that we have a different response to those emotions and change our thinking, reading books, changing the kind of people that we're around. And when we start to do those things and we realize that we must then become the version of us that is acting as if, we will then see what is incongruent to who we prefer to be, and then we're allowed to let that go so that we can be who we prefer. So this is about reframing change to be something that can be positive, understanding that we must change part of our personality in order to change our personal reality. That as we begin to do that, we can maintain the new self-image of that acting as if version of us. Then we can look back at who we are being now and realize what must change. So it's all about the perspective that we have and knowing who we prefer to be and what is congruent for us. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste. Alright, bye.